You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 55, Big 55.
Sergey Gonchar.
Double nickels. Double nickels. That's crazy.
A dime. We're here in the Pine Room studio. We got the lights on this episode because I've got a couple complaints that the studio is too dark. So we are going to have the lights on for the time being until I can figure out a better way to light us without having these big fluorescents on. You can kind of hear them buzzing. I don't know if it's going to mess with the audio or not. But we're here in the studio. Myself, Chris, Matt, Jarrett. It's us, just us.
Light crew today.
Light crew. But we got a deep numbers. We had our radio show today. Went really well. Had all our normal callers. If you're still haven't listened to any of those, you can go listen to all of them on YouTube. Everything's been archived, so now you can listen to everything we've done on the radio on YouTube up until a certain point because we weren't recording them on the archive. So you can listen to back. I think the first one on the radio is like right before we did the live from Evansville thing, so you can go and look at all that stuff and enjoy all the fun stuff.
There's a solid lineup now. There's probably like maybe 15 or so you probably listen to.
Yeah.
7 hours a week.
I mean, we're probably we'll probably catch up to this number 55.
Yeah, what did I
quick.
have on the sheet today? 50. It was 52. 52.
Yeah, heck,
Wait, 52
we've done
radio
52
shows?
radio shows. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, heck, three a week.
Yeah, I guess we do three a week.
3 a week compared to one.
Well, and then
You're already at 52?
Yeah, well, it adds up quick when it was just one a week, and then it went to 3.
Then it went to 3, yeah.
Yeah, 52.
I love it.
It's
Man, I
still a
love
lot,
it.
though.
It's amazing how fast the 1 hour goes on Monday compared to the
3 hours block's good.
Yeah, the three goes
it's
quick.
about the right length.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question, because the last time I was listening, it seems like when do you take a break at the bottom of the hour?
Yeah.
And what like 2:26, 27?
It depends.
It depends because they have certain ads that they have to play and some that I cut out sometimes.
So he could slide
So
them
it can
around.
go, I mean, it'll be anywhere from like a 4 to 6 minute
Because sometimes,
break.
though, it seems like that break isn't as long as...
He can stack
No.
them. He can change. The one's the hard break. The other one, he got
the hard break
flexibility.
at the top of the hour when we
For the
hit
news
like
and stuff.
59, it's like if say if we take a break at 12:59, it's always like 12:59, 52, and then that break goes for like 6 to 8 minutes longer than
Because we normally would start our regular Monday show was like 8 after when we first came on.
And today was like 10 after that we got on, but some of those it'll depend. Like when we start getting our own sponsors for the show, then we might cut that down a little bit. But
it just seems like at the bottom of the hour, like a couple of times I flipped over, like in 3 minutes later, it seemed like you guys were already back on.
Yeah, I'll cut those. It's like sometimes if we get callers and stuff, like if we get callers that take up a little bit of time, I'll cut it short so we can get back on and talk about things we want to talk about. But we had a good show today. Man, that was fun.
Jam-packed.
I absolutely love the radio. I wish I could do that for a living. I really enjoy it. It's fun. I mean, it is like you got to be on your toes.
Yes,
I mean, you got to be like I'm back there. Like I got my.
You're going stretching around. Your arms aren't long enough to do everything.
I got a cool soundboard now. Like instead of having to search through files, I got a soundboard so I can hit everything. You get the horse running, the tiger roaring. The French fries in the oil.
The fryer, that was great.
But yeah, if you haven't listened to us on the radio, you can listen to us on WKKX. That's 1600. But unfortunately, the power on the tower is down today.
I was wondering what happened.
Yeah,
Hit by a meteor.
Yeah,
something happened.
Something happened for the WKKX tower.
Because when I walked through the door, I just heard a buzz.
Yeah, WKKX tower, the power is down. So 98.1 and 1600 is dead. But I think 97.1 and 1370 still up on for WVLY, but I think the quality is pretty shitty. So if you're for some reason if it's still not up by when you hear this, listen to it online on the watchdognetwork.com.
It might be aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't listened to that, go check it out on YouTube. You can go to the playlist and you can find our WKKX live stuff. But yeah, that's as far as what's going on right now. We got a thing that I could announce that's super, super, super exciting for us, and something that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. But I'm going to hold it until we get some precise confirmation that it's good. Some people know about it already, so if you're listening to this, you might know about it already. If not, you're in for a treat. Some of you will be in for a treat. Maybe more than others.
In a few years.
Yeah, it's super exciting. And then the only other thing that I want to announce is that on May 1st, I think I said it last week, May 1st, we're going to be releasing the summer collection of shirts and gear. We got...
There's one of your buddies up there.
Yeah, we're watching monkeys on the TV here. But yeah, summer collection, we got shirts, tank tops, some hats.
That was my question. I want to show off my guns this summer.
Yeah.
So I can get it.
Oh, cut off. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, cut offs. We're going to get some beach towels.
I'd like to have a bandana, though. I'd like to wear that to protect my head.
I'll throw that in there.
Right.
I'll throw that in
what if we can get some sunglasses? I bet we probably could.
We probably could, yeah. It's going to be a big package, and we might... What I was thinking is
say Sweat Rag gonna finally make the cut.
That's one of the things in our list.
Because into that time of year, he's gonna be hot when he's going out to the bars in the summer.
You can get it embroidered. Can't you get it embroidered?
Yeah, you can get it embroidered. Yeah, perfect. I'll just we're gonna have 3 things that from the radio that is kind of an inside joke. For those of you that maybe listen to the radio, we're gonna have a Gloria di Slobovia shirt, a Holy Rollers baseball jersey from Father Guido in the Vatican, and I think we'll have a welcome to Trailer Court.
Yeah, something for Roy C.
So that'll be part of the summer package, and then I think we're gonna do some other stuff.
Yeah, a whole revamp of the store.
Yeah, I really want to put some more work in that. But I talked to Soup about putting some stuff in there, and then that's pretty much it as far as updates. I don't want to bore everybody if you're just listening to this, but yeah. That's pretty much what's going on here. We're, getting ready to go back into the studio up at the actual Pine Room, so that's cool. We're going to get some new gear, or not new gear, but other gear, and go up there and get ready to go do some more work up there. And then, Chris, I am putting on my schedule to schedule the stay overnight at the penitentiary. Yeah. That's in our docket.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good. Do we have to have 20 people? Is that...
It was 20, like, if you want to split it. I think it was like 50 apiece if it was 20, but I think...
Yeah, I forget what it was.
Yeah, if you go shorter, you just got to pay a higher price or something like that, but I don't know. We might be able to finagle our way in. Yeah, so that'll be fun. But
is everybody in our crew going?
I think so. I mean, when we talked about it the first time, I think everybody was interested.
I can't wait.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Do it, June?
That's what I thought the best would be when it gets...
It'll probably still be cold in there in June.
I know, I was thinking the same
it'll
thing.
feel like air conditioning.
It's like Atlantic coast water. It takes a long time to get warmed back up.
No, that'll be exciting. And that's like a 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to whatever.
Yeah, it's like 10 to 4, I think. But I'm assuming if we wanted to get out early, we could. Unless the guy's going to go sleep.
No, that's our sentence.
Oh, 10,
yeah, it's
10 to 4.
We're
not getting an early release job. No
parole.
Once they shut the doors, unless you maybe don't consider you for good behavior.
Okay.
Wonder what our bond would be.
High.
$10.
But what in the hell are we going to... I mean, I want to go. I think it'll be...
I don't know. I guess... We could just explore, I guess, the whole time.
I wonder if can we bring a cooler?
I don't see why not.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
What would be good? I assume we're going to do it like on a Friday into a Saturday.
Yeah. Do it into the weekend so nobody has anything going on. Yeah. And then we can kind of put that together and show people what the hell went on there. I don't know. I honestly don't know what we're going to do for 8 hours, but, I mean, I guess we'll make it fun. Soup might have a heart attack, but... if you haven't watched that, go watch the Halloween episode of the Pine Room. I think that was like 30-something.
That was a really fun one. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I think that was one of the couple things when we were talking about our most fun moments. I think that was rated.
The way we had that set up, we had the lights on us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then you got to talk to some of those people down there. That was a really good show.
Yeah,
and then it was like a bonus because we got to tour it.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
when we went down there with you guys. I mean,
well, we went down the day before. I think was that the day before or like 2 days before.
Yeah, a couple days before or something.
And we were scouting it out. And Tom, who is like our inside man or the guy that runs the whole thing, he took us through and was showing us some stuff, and it's going to be cool if we get to.
I can't wait
spend the night. But what have we been up to, you guys? What have we been up to? Usually we got a bunch of guys in here. Usually we're filled up in here.
Just work and
miserable work and help my parents move, getting that stuff ready.
Yeah, didn't we talk about moving last week?
Yeah,
that was like the worst thing ever.
We had a couple really good. You guys weren't there, but at the vets on Sunday, we got talking about moving.
Yeah,
and we're asking about Matt helping his parents and all the shit that you save, that that you keep for no reason. But you think, what's the term? You think
you never know.
You never know.
Yeah,
I might need that.
I might need that. And it's like an old like a big back TV. Like right. I might need that.
Right. Yeah,
and then
we have this at my house, in my parents' house now.
And it was so funny because he was talking about his dad would be like, yeah, well, you're going to throw that away. I paid X amount of dollars for that.
He'll be sitting there quoting that quarter round. That's $8.99 per square.
Quarter round.
Yeah, he's talking about and he's like pieces of siding that was put in 1977. Like he's saved all this
just
stuff
in case he needs.
Yeah,
just
it was the so it was almost you could get it on a T-shirt. What was it? You never know because you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know if you need quarter round.
And I even said that to your dad that night. I said I think the Delbrook girls were. Well, I know my mom and your mom. I mean they save everything. And
pretty much.
When I was going through my mom's house, I was talking to Paul or Tim, like, why would she keep this?
Yeah.
She did sat in this closet for 25 years. And if she was alive, we wouldn't be allowed to throw it away.
Yeah, my dad.
You never know.
My dad's kind of, he doesn't really have that in him. And
no, he looks like he just throw it away.
Yeah, there's something that even if you might use it, if there's an outside chance you might use it in the future, if it doesn't have a 50% probability of using it, it's gone.
Because if you do need it, eventually after 5-10 years, you just go buy
a new one.
Or it's outdated or whatever.
And I know I'm guilty of that. So not on it.
Yeah.
It'd be like, well, I'll just keep this because I might need it.
Yeah.
Pieces of downspout.
It was amazing.
My dad had all that stuff. How many roofs do we have? We're not going to replace I'm
going
to
call Uncle Jim. Hey, do you got any of that quarter round left?
Yeah, Uncle Jim, you got quarter round.
There was those spindles that go on like chairs and
stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we had those. And I was like, I don't even remember this chair that was for. Because it was from the 70s probably. He's saving that.
Maybe he's got some quarter round from when you guys when he actually added on the green room. What was that, like in 1980?
It was 1990.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I never knew that the green room wasn't. I didn't know that was an addition.
The wall stopped right there, like the house.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
So it was pretty tiny,
right? Yeah. That's where it stopped. Where
the glass doors are.
Yep. Yeah,
jeez.
But there were still some relations parties there, though.
Yeah.
So where would you set up? Would you set up in the small
the middle room?
In the middle room,
there a bar there where my mom's desk is and all that. Yeah,
I'm assuming most people
drinking,
are
smoking.
Yeah, I'm assuming most people aren't aware, but we gather at Matt's parents' house.
Our last one.
Yeah, well, we did. Yeah, that was one of the main, if not other than Aunt Sue's when she was alive. And Aunt Kim's, Aunt Lynn, and Uncle Jim, Matt's parents, was like our gathering spot.
Everybody's had a round of hosting because Aunt Janie and Uncle Larry did too when they lived in
for Easter.
Oh, yeah, Easter.
So we had Easter at their house, and then Easter moved over to Aunt Kim's. But originally, Chris, you may remember this, we used to go to Aunt Kim's sometimes on Christmas night. That was after the daytime at Grandma's house.
Yeah.
So Grandma had Thanksgiving, and that got moved to my parents, and my parents always had the Christmas party. So yeah, we spread the wealth around.
I think,
and the funny thing is, equal amounts of alcohol had been consumed at each place.
My mom's,
cigarettes, and Janie's, and Matt, your parents.
Yeah.
I think other than our house, really, because we really haven't had much other than the Pine Room gatherings and maybe
you guys had your dad used to have a lot more stuff back when you guys were younger. I feel like we went up there a lot for gatherings and stuff, but
it's funny how and I'm assuming a lot of people's families are like this too. It's like when you go to a house that maybe you don't go to a lot, you find that place in the house where guys gather. Like in Aunt Kim's, it's around the bar or outside, like right around that fireplace. At your house, it's in the green room. At Aunt Janie's old house, it was in that screening porch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
at Aunt Sue's was the kitchen.
Was in the kitchen and on the porch with the swing.
Yeah.
Every house has its own spot. Like you could go to Aunt Sue's house a million times and never go into a certain room because you're always in the
No, and especially if the weather's nice, you could just spend if you were there 2 hours, you just stand on the porch.
Yeah.
I always
sit on the porch.
I always laughed about being at Aunt Sue's house. We'd be like there. Not that it was always like for us, like Chris, you and I know you guys the same. Like even if we had games and stuff on, like the family element of it was more fun than watching a game.
Absolutely.
But I always laughed at like we could be watching like Game 7 in the Penguins playoff series, and we're all jammed in the kitchen, and Aunt Sue's instead of going in the living room watching on a real size television.
Well, sitting
it was like that
and
tiny
watching on that
TV.
Yeah, the TV's like the size of an iPad.
But we watched a lot of like games and fun stuff in there. It was just something about that room. It was very conducive
the fact
to
that we just enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah,
so
that's
right. And then it's just like that was like a secondary thing. That was like just a part of the whole
we
event.
could keep an eye on the game.
Yeah, but you weren't watching it play, and then you go down to Tim's dungeon downstairs, and you get his TV set up and his dartboard and his shower and all that stuff. Was incredible.
That was probably for him. That was probably like living in a mansion.
He didn't care. He loved it.
Yeah. So explain Tim's setup a little bit, Chris, for anybody that's listening.
And it's an old style basement.
And it was unfinished. It was unfinished, and sometimes you get that sore smell from the drains in the ground. What's that drain called? It's like an overflow, or it's just a catch drain down to the basement.
Basically releases gases and stuff out of that.
Yeah, well, our cousin Tim and Chris's brother would go to our Aunt Sue's house, and he would stay in the basement. And
instead of staying in a bedroom, he would go down.
Yeah, he would go in the basement. It was like his favorite thing to go down in the basement. And the unfinished basement, he had a cot, and then he had a tube TV.
A little small tube TV.
And he would put VCR movies
tapes
in to watch. And this wasn't like 15 years ago. This was
Chris, did this
4 or 5 years ago.
Start when your mom got sick?
When she got sick.
Yeah, and he was spending a lot more time down in Wheeling.
I mean, in a way that it was good because they did spend. But for him, that was like a getaway, it was like
vacation.
But yeah, like vacation. I'm going down, get my beer, watch some movies, hang out with mom. I mean, he did that consecutively.
He would bring his laptop and his briefcase, and I remember every time I'd come, we'd go downstairs and we'd watch highlights of America's Got Talent.
What?
Susan Boyle.
I didn't know that. No, I knew he liked her. I remember that. Yeah,
we would watch
highlights.
He
would watch highlights of that.
Oh yeah, highlights of Susan Boyle. And one time. I was on a streak of making. It's funny you texted me the other day about flat iron steaks because
mine was terrible, by the way.
What'd you make?
Did you ever cook?
It was just real. No, it just was real tough and some of the
tastes
parts
like a shoe.
Yeah, well, it was an old leather one.
I've been lucky enough, and I've had some stinker steaks, but I've been lucky enough with those flat irons that
they're good.
They've been pretty good, but and they're not too expensive.
No.
But anyway, I was on this kick of eating those steaks, and I was really nailing them. Like I was getting it was like a Gordon Ramsay recipe, and I was nailing them. And I was telling him about him, and he got all excited, and he bought one and bought like garlic and some like thyme and some butter and all kinds of stuff. And he said, "I want you to make me and Meemaw, Aunt Sue, one at her house, and like Paula and you and a couple other people at the house." And I said, "Okay, I'll make it in the kitchen." While I always thought I'd be in the kitchen making it while everybody was upstairs, and we'd be talking. But he, for whatever reason, wanted to make it in the basement on that overhead.
On the old stove, my parents' old stove.
It was like
from his
7,000 pounds.
Yeah, it was like from the 60s, and it was a million pounds.
That was her canning stove.
Yes.
There was no light down there. So Tim was over taught me with a flashlight while I was cooking this steak. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I thought I'd be up there talking to the family. I'm down here in the basement, like in the dungeon,
Incredible.
making this steak on an old stove.
And that was a stove that didn't Aunt Sue can her tomatoes on, and she would and she would reach wood, and she had asbestos hands, and she could reach into that boiling water. And just pull the tomatoes out.
Emily and I were canned with her.
Yeah, you came down there one time. Well, and then, Matt, I think Tim also had a recliner down there that may have came from your parents.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
The leather one?
Yeah.
He loved that thing, too.
It's like burgundy.
So yeah, he had he had that, a TV from what, the late 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Poor reception, but then he also was able to play movies. Or was he watching movies on his laptop?
Movies. But when he wasn't watching with his mom, but he had everything set up. I mean, he was a nice little escape pad for him.
Yeah, one of the last movies I remember him really pushing was the I Am Wrath with Travolta, and it was like just a typical shooter, just very improbable, like all the stuff he did. Like he shot 1 million guys, but he never got shot. And just like he'd kill 1,000 guys and never get shot. And then Tim just thought it was incredible. And I remember him recommending it.
I think some of the movies he's watched could probably make a list for some of the all-time worst movies.
Well,
he loved terrible movies.
Yeah, we planned to do that movie day, and that was the whole big thing about him not getting invited.
Yeah.
And we were going to have snipers on the roof waiting for him.
Explain what was the movie.
So we planned on having a big movie day with the family. We talk about it literally every time we're probably together.
We'll be dead by the time it happens.
Yeah. And we talk about having movies, and our top 4, I think, were First Blood, Southern Comfort, The Thing, and Runaway Train.
And Duel.
And Duel.
Yeah, that was our 5.
So 5. And those are our 5 movies. And Tim said he didn't want to be involved because it'd be too long. But he said his recommendation for movies, the number 1 movie he recommended was RoboCop 2.
Oh, 2?
2. Not the first one.
Yeah.
The second one.
RoboCop 2, and then he always wanted to watch Patton.
Oh, yeah. He always recommended me that.
Memorized from that movie.
Yeah.
Patton. He
Patton's
loved Patton.
like one I watch once, and that's enough. I don't need...
Are you guys, could you... out of probably, do you think in a handful of, like a number you could count on your hand would be the kind of movies you could pick up at any spot and watch it on TV? Like to me, it's got to be a real specific movie.
I got about 10 that I would put into that category.
Well, you mean you watch it no matter what?
Like if you could get on, there could be 15 minutes left and I'd finish it.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption is definitely one for me.
Yeah, because I like there are some movies that you just don't care about. Like if I see it once, I probably won't ever watch it.
You know, I always find it weird. Is like I have half of these movies like DVDs or whatever, but it's like when it's on TV, it's like just easier to access. It's like just flip it on and it's there, but you could always watch it.
One of the things that I kind of forget about is commercials, because in streaming, you never run into commercials. So like I'll be watching a movie, they're catching up, like watching the back half of a movie, and it'll get split up.
Sometimes though, when you're getting that, Chris, you can attest to this, but like you're doing stuff around the house, and it's nice to have that commercial break, like you run and go do something, and then you come back, and that's occasionally all right.
Yep.
But when you're not in a hurry.
But I just don't like though on the cable or not regular TV when like I could never watch Casino or Goodfellas on TBS with all the language.
Yeah, it's tough.
Censored.
Censored.
Yeah, like when they put like Step Brothers and
like 5,000 words.
Step Brothers is hard to watch on TV.
When they dub it, and it's like he says it like
he's got
frick.
like the generic version.
Terrible. I think we've talked about this before, but cable, I think, is the biggest highway robbery scam of all time. I mean, my dad was just talking about it because he's thinking about getting either a new service or just going to streaming.
Oh, he's going to make the switch again?
That was a disaster. Last time we did that, we went to DirecTV. Yeah. But Xfinity, I was looking at it the other day because I was sitting out while I was waiting for food to cook, and I was scrolling through channels, and I mean, there's a million things that you'd never watch. Like why do we have 50 channels that are the Spanish, Latin American
Telemundo.
Why do we have them?
If a service would ever let you customize your package, I think everyone would go to it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You pay this amount, you get 50 channels, you choose them, and then there's like one for 100 channels.
Yeah.
And you pick them. But they'll never do that because they know that all those shitty channels, they want them on there for ads, just hoping that one sucker will fall for it. And there they go. They got a new person watching that show.
I don't remember the last time that I've actually sat down and like looked for something on TV because I'm always just like I always want to watch what I want to watch. Besides, like sports when they're on, I know when they're on, but
and you know what channels they're on.
Yeah,
so you don't have to like look through.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do remember being like when cable was like before streaming came out, and you look through and you see one that you nail like a great movie that's on, it's coming up, and you're just catching the beginning
you were very
of it.
Excited about that.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when we'd watch the music channels? We put the music channels on down in the basement in our house.
It was great.
That was fun.
What was that? Music Choice.
Yeah, music choice.
Yeah. Those are those, and then they had the old on Comcast on demand. They had the karaoke. They did karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
First time I ever heard "Come Sail Away" was with you. We sang karaoke in our basement on that giant TV.
And Curry's favorite
that was
toddler tunes.
He
loves toddler tunes.
And then he loved that one show on Bubble Guppies.
Yeah. Toddler tunes, like there'd be one song, it'd just be the ABCs. A, B, C, D.
Well,
Kevin, what are you watching this?
Well, the one time, it was one of the last times when we were in Charleston, when I don't know, it was probably still the Wiviac. It could have been Mountain East, but it was still in Charleston. I remember going down there. We got settled. We got a corner suite. There was like me and Curry was there. You were there, but I mean, you might not have been in the room at the time because you were busy. But there were other people. And Kevin just looks at me real serious and says, "Hey, turn the TV on, see if Bubble Guppies is on." And so we found a show similar to that. And so Ace was in there. We were just, it was in the daytime. And Ace just said, like, "Fuck this, I'm not watching this bullshit." And he turned it off. And then Kevin's like, "Why'd you do that?"
Yeah.
Like
to that or Golden Girls.
Like it was
love Golden Girls.
Like it was a really good premiere.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, how can you turn off Bubble Guppies? And
turning off the Tom Berenger movie.
I've never heard of Bubble Guppies before.
It is an animated thing, and I don't know. He needs to get a. We need to get him a shirt.
He texted or called the show today.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he called in today. He called in and he talked about, I'm sure he'll listen to this. We talked about, we're talking about the movies that were released today in history. And I think there was Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. And, what was the one that we said he'd show to his class?
Dr. Dolittle 3.
Yeah, Dr. Dolittle 3.
And he said he didn't have that one yet. Luke Doyle's taking an AB right now.
Man.
Live text message from Coach at the game. So
When I like your dad used to teach, and he said he always put in Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah. That was a big one for us.
Watch the same movie over and over again. The kids would never.
They didn't care, did they?
No. Well, then for the last 5 years of his career, at least since I was in school, every time I go in there, they'd be watching Planet Earth.
Yeah. That's at least informative.
Yeah, it's educational. Like, I really enjoy.
Yeah, that's
Planet
very
Earth,
good.
But he would do that in weather crosswords.
He got a hit.
Yeah, Luke did.
Oh no, you asked if he got a hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, I gotta pee, and let's see if
Luke's
gonna hit. I'm gonna say he's gonna hit a double in the gap.
There we go.
Right.
Perfect.
Then he'll steal third.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, but you don't just have to listen to the podcast. We have some other stuff out there too, like Bettor's Last Stand, our sports betting show covering all things sports and betting. Or Soup and Stuff, where Soup sits down with business owners, athletes, and other professionals for good conversation. Or, if you want to listen to us live, you can tune into The Watchdog, FM 98.1 or AM 1600. Or you can listen live online at thewatchdognetwork.com. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast.
I found this page on TikTok that names these old like early 2000s, late 2000s MLB players, and I just sit and laugh because some of these guys like that come up that I completely forgot about.
Oh, so many bad guys.
We could go through probably for a long time just talking about old players.
Pull out old baseball cards and just read the names.
Oh.
One of my funnest things to do. I love that.
We used to collect a bunch of baseball cards. I have no idea.
Your dad had cards worth thousands of dollars. He has no idea where they are. We got them in my grandma's basement. I remember looking through them, and it was like these Reggie. He's got like 6 Reggie Jackson rookies. These things are worth
what?
Like $1,000 a piece. And Numbnuts doesn't know where they are now.
I remember
that surprised. Yeah, I say.
I don't know. I mean, he keeps trying to blame either your or not your mom, but Aunt Kim or Aunt Susie, Aunt Jane. Like, why would they want them? They don't want those. Like, they're the only other person that would take them would be Uncle. Oh yeah, for the A's. Because I remember I had one of those Beckett's going through see how much they were worth. And it's like this fucking card's worth $700 right now. And he had like 3 of them. I don't know what they are. Let me look up.
I remember we collected a little bit of them, and we had these big.
I got a bunch of cards.
These big like binders, with like plastic.
Those albums,
things.
I love that. That stuff's starting to come back.
We always got Mickey Mantle was like a card that was just like the 20 Mickey Mantles,
the reintroduced Mickey. Yeah. Because I mean, if you get a Mickey Mantle, rookie, it's worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh, big time.
Ken Griffey Jr.'s. I mean, those are worth a ton.
Those are huge. I mean, those baseball cards. I know that Spencer, one of our buddy Spencer, he collects baseball cards, and he like trades them for a couple $100. But like cards like Pokemon cards are big and popular now.
Yeah.
I mean, people go in.
I mean,
you can't when you go to Walmart. I was going to customer service because they fucked up a package of mine or something, or something was wrong with whatever I bought, and I was turning it back, and in the back you can only get Pokemon cards and baseball cards and different cards that you can collect in the very back of the behind customer service, and you're limited to like 3 packs a piece because you can't buy them out. I don't know why, but
such high demand.
That was always fun getting baseball cards.
Oh yeah,
you go to the store.
Shit, Chris, remember there used to be card shops.
Yes,
like then that died off, and now it's starting to make a resurgence. Remember that they had that one up on Warwood Avenue. Down almost by kind of where Capone's is. Like down across there.
So here is...
really?
Across the street.
Yeah, I used to walk every time I was at Grandma's.
This is I just looked up the most expensive or rare.
Honus Wagner?
Probably, yeah.
Number 1, Honus Wagner.
Yeah.
Honus Wagner
that thing just
sells for
recently.
$6.66 million. When was this?
They just sold that recently.
2021.
Just recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But what do you do with it?
Just collectors, guys who have $1 zillion.
Yeah,
put them in their house.
Just say they have it.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick,
those paintings.
Reggie Jackson rookie for the A's, 1969.
Right.
I'm seeing one 700.
Yeah, that was
there's one 5,000.
So it's held. It's dependent on its value
300
or its condition. It's probably worth several.
I mean, here's one for almost 1,000.
I remember I found 3 of them. There were 3.
These ones?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had 3 of them. He had Ernie Banks. He had a ton of good cards. I don't know if they were his or Uncle Tim's, but they were. He had an exceptional collection and lots of multiples.
I wonder where they
starting from.
I don't know. Now somebody's got to be able to know that.
Starting from least valuable to most valuable, from 9 to 1. Well, I guess least valuable is not the greatest word because these are worth thousands of dollars.
He's pretty valuable still.
Ken Griffey Jr. Okay. The kid combined a rare blend of skill and a blah blah blah. Oh, okay, it's just a description. Okay, and then 1989 Upper Deck number 1 card.
89
sells 1989 Upper
and
Deck.
That was a Ken Griffey.
Ken Griffey sells for $23,000.
Oh my God.
A Ricky Henderson.
I'd pay a lot for Ricky Henderson.
1980 Topps number 482 sells.
I love that. Remember that, Chris? They had the number on there of the series. Oh man,
yeah, it sells for $180,000. Can you imagine if you just had collected these when you're a kid?
Like just as fun,
and you're looking through this, and I like it, maybe somebody out there's that listen to this collected these, and I'm telling you this for the first time. A Joe DiMaggio card. It's a 1939 play ball number 26. Sold for $218,000. Jackie Robinson, 1948 Leaf number 79, sold for $392,000.
Wow.
Nolan Ryan, 1968 Topps rookie card. Jesus.
Who was his rookie with? Mets?
Mets.
A's?
Oh, Mets.
Mets? Okay.
So he must have been Mets then. A's,
with fellow Mets pitcher Jerry Koosman.
Big lefty.
Sold for $600,000. And then Mike Trout, which I don't know, I'm surprised.
Wow. Yeah, that's...
Mike Trout, the 2009 Bowman Draft BDPP 89 Super Factor, sold for $3.9 million.
I wonder what Ohtani's will be in a few years.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
He might win the Cy Young and MVP
that's
this year.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That Mike Trout was from 2009?
2009.
His rookie
$3
card.
million?
Yeah.
Already?
And then
Jesus.
Babe Ruth, we should get a Michael Grove card.
Yeah, we definitely will.
See if he can get his hands on those. A Babe Ruth, this was a 1933 Gaudi number 53, sold for $4.212 million. And then number 2, before we get to Honus Wagner,
is that Mantle?
Mickey Mantle, $5.2 million.
I heard a guy found like 4 of those in his basement, and he was going to the military, and I think it was his dad's or something, and he found 4 of them in the military, like, and he got called to service duty. So when he went to like Afghanistan or something, and he came back home, and he was like, I don't know if he was living, he might have been a young guy, so he was like living with his mom still or something, and like she's like, oh yeah, your friend come over and went through your cards. One of his buddies, like, it wasn't like one of his better friends, like came and took
I'd kill him.
Yeah, I never heard, because the guy called in a show and said that. Like, he's like, I go to Afghanistan, I about get blown apart, and he's like, I come back home.
You think you're going to come back home?
He had 4 of the same Mickey Mantle
So
cards.
that would have been like $16 million.
Yeah. And he's got none.
He'd never have to do anything.
They could never find the guy. Like, a guy skipped town or something. It's just horrible. I'd have called every card shop and said, pawn shop, and been like, if you see this guy, I'm coming for him.
That's sickening.
Yeah, I know. I mean, my stomach hurt when I heard him call a sports show about that. It was like,
yeah, I mean, already Shohei, I see a Shohei rookie for $800, $400.
Yeah, those things. Wait till he wins some more awards.
I mean,
here's one for $2,000.
I wonder what those Japanese people would pay. Or if you got like a card of him in Japan, like the Japanese lettering and all that.
He legitimately is a god in Japan.
He should be.
Like if he went back and like ran for what are they president?
Yeah, no, they have a prime minister and they have an emperor.
I think he could probably be the emperor or whatever.
Is he American born?
No, he's full Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Honestly, I think he in the running for one of the greatest athletes ever.
Oh, I agree. And again, you don't like to make the judgments too quick, but I'm starting to come around. That World Baseball Classic made me even more impressed with him. He literally is the best pitcher and maybe the best hitter in MLB right now.
It's amazing what this guy's doing.
I heard guys say once in a generation talent. He's like once in like 5 generations.
Yeah.
Because like back to, and I guarantee you, and I can say this because I can't really prove it, but like I'll bet Shohei is better than Babe Ruth. I know Babe Ruth at the time was great, but like as far as athletes are today,
I mean, Babe Ruth was like a drunk.
Like, he was still awesome. But like, Ohtani, next to Godzilla, he's got to be the most famous thing in Japan.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, way more famous than...
You mean the real Godzilla?
No, not Chubb's boy.
No, Hideki.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Porn. Is he the one that had the porn collection?
Yeah.
50,000 movies.
Yeah. Wait, is he on our list?
Well, no, but I did show 55. That was his number.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Matsui.
Hideki.
I had favorite guy.
I was a Yankee. Well, I was a Yankee fan. Like, I rooted for them. I was like 8, but I had a Yankee hat, and I lost it on a plane to Sarasota, and I never was a fan of the Yankees after that. And then they got rid of. They traded Hideki to the Angels, and then I never. It was over.
They should have asked you if it was already to trade him.
Exactly.
Well, that's I
was looking at this. Prime Minister.
I was looking at these other cards. Pokemon card. This Pikachu illustrator, which I don't know the significance of it. It's like just a drawing of Pikachu. Sells for $5.27 million.
Oh my god! That's the most expensive Pokemon card.
Most expensive. Well, then the second most expensive is.
Probably. Let me guess. It's got to be a Charizard, the Chrome, or
$420,000, and I collected these as a kid, and I have some like really old ones. So maybe one day.
Jay Roberts.
I wonder where those are even at.
They're in my room. I've seen them. I saw them a couple days ago. They're in there. So don't come and steal them. Well, you better.
Guy. If you guys, if you have brotherly love turns into brotherly hate, he runs off with your
Take
cards.
my cards.
Yeah, that's
you better put them under lock and key.
Yeah, he was collecting Mickey Mantle. I was collecting Pikachu. Yeah. Any sports stuff you want to talk about? I know we're going to talk about it. Probably you guys are going to talk about it tomorrow.
Chris, the big old NFL.
Well,
draft.
you know what? I want to make a comment about that.
Oh, please do.
And this is positive.
Do you like the draft, Chris?
He loves it. He loves it.
Like, do you like it?
He might take off work on Friday.
Like, you will sit down and watch the draft.
I watched it start to.
All right.
No, not all 3 days.
Now, Cooley. I've had this argument with Cooley because I think it's the dumbest thing ever to be on the face of the planet about sitting around waiting to see who picks who. Why do you enjoy it as much as you do?
Probably because it's the NFL. Because I don't watch the baseball draft. I don't watch the hockey draft. I don't watch the NBA draft.
Is it just like, okay, we got this really good prospect. He's got a chance to make our team like something that it never was, or something like that.
Well, that's what
I think that's what it always, Joe.
Yeah.
Is like people hope.
Yeah.
Like before that starts, you feel like, I got a chance. We got a chance this year. And then
the Pirates are the number 1 draft pick of the MLB, right?
MLB, yes. And I'm actually like really kind of nervous for that. And like I never really get like that.
I thought there was a number 1 guy there.
Dylan Cruz, the guy from LSU.
What is he?
He's an outfielder.
Okay.
It stresses it.
Now,
it seriously stresses me out that if they don't pick him, if they won't pick him, because he is literally unbelievable.
That's what they should do.
Now they pay.
That's what they should do. And if they don't do it, you should stop rooting for the Pirates.
Right.
If they don't just break the bank and go get somebody good while they're on a hot streak right now, they're stupid. They're dumb.
Well,
I don't even give two shits.
Because remember that a few years ago they drafted that catcher because they didn't want to pay the other guys that were going to make more.
Yeah.
Is he ever going to?
He'll never.
And I'm telling you right now, if the Pirates do something good this year and go into maybe like a wild card game, and then they sell whoever's doing well on the Pirates, and they sell them for some stupid kids coming up through the ranks, I swear I would. I
think Ben Sherrington is smarter. I think.
He should be, but he might just get told what to do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
is he allowed to spend?
Bobby.
Hillbilly Prince.
Well, I saw a text from Soup today. Did Reynolds get a contract? What was it?
8 years, $106 million.
Anyway, sorry, Chris. I derailed your
go back.
Oh, no. Well, you talk about the NFL draft, and I want to bring something up that I mentioned way back when we were doing the podcast at your house outside. And I think it was shortly after we were talking about all those NIL deals when that became...
Oh, your boy Zay Flowers.
Yes. Yeah. And good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I remember because he's stalks
because he
from BC, right?
He didn't go into the
He had all
transfer
kind of
portal.
offers. So I read this on Peter King's column today. I'll read it. I'm not going to speed through, but this is a quote from his coach at Boston College. He represents loyalty and commitment in a day and age of college football when those are rare. I know for a fact there were some big schools that I know very well who they were and how much they were offering him. He came to me and told me he did not want to leave, which is hard for a kid to turn down. And now, in return, he's going to make more money because of it. Because every head coach that I talk to wants a loyal guy, wants a guy they know they can count on.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, we said that at the time we complimented him. And yes, I'm gonna be rooting for him.
That's great.
And,
I hope he goes first as the first.
And
receiver.
he was on a very average BC team.
Yeah,
I mean, he could have went
quarterback play was horrendous.
So good for him.
That's awesome.
That's
following
awesome.
up to Zay Flowers.
Yeah. What is the because I'm so far removed from sports. What is the benefit of a kid entering the transfer portal over and over and over again? What's the benefit?
They think they can play.
But I'm saying
NIL stuff.
I'm saying they go from let's just use this and not calling anybody out, but let's say somebody goes to West Liberty, D2, they play really well, they're super well, and then they go and they transfer some D1 school, and for whatever reason, then they do well, then they transfer to another D1 school. Is that just for money?
No,
and then they're trying exposure.
They want to be
Division
Division 1.
Isn't that a more prime example of saying, like, this guy stayed in a certain place, worked his ass off in a certain place, got a reputation for being loyal, and in turn went to a higher ranking of where he possibly could have been.
That's the example that you want to see people do, but the problem is that's less than 1%.
This is
that guy does.
This is this would be the exception,
right? Oh,
rather than the rule,
sure.
because but look,
everybody wants the easy way, Joe, the big score.
But the respect factor that this kid's earned and his reputation as a loyal guy. I can't say enough about that guy because he's one of the rare guys that did stay there on a program that wasn't very good. And but hey, on those NIL deals, do you guys know? Like if we were a big time booster of whatever school, we want to get some guy. Can they hold these people like to say, well, we're going to give you this, but you have to stay 2 years, or is it just basically a year by year thing?
I think it's
probably.
Yeah.
So okay,
yeah,
because I'm assuming Ace Hardware doesn't have any pull on whether a guy stays.
Yeah, I would say it's a year by year thing. Because I think it would be too much risk.
See, it's just amazing to me. So you can have a guy, because in the NFL you can't go directly. How many years you have to play? And I mean,
three,
I
think
football.
Three,
yeah, I believe.
So if
three.
a guy comes in,
he can come out after junior year.
Yeah, a 5-star goes in, has a bang up freshman year, but he was already getting money, and they had a great team and he had great stats. So then, say Texas comes along and says, "Well, I know you made a lot of money, but let's give you $5 million." And then he won't stay. And then, I mean, Christ, by the time he's done college, you won't even have to fucking play football.
It's amazing what the transfer portal and NIL has done. It's the Wild West.
It is.
The Wild West of college sports. Hey, but Matt, who's not going to transfer? Horses.
No, I know. I don't have to worry about that.
May 6th, right?
Yep.
Kentucky Derby.
Coming up here in a couple weeks. Yep.
I don't know, man. That Paul from Massateek, after watching him, looked like he could have got a better deal elsewhere.
Paul?
Yeah, with
Trojan. Yeah, Trojan.
Yeah, Magnum. Yeah, you're real big ones.
Wait, what? I'm lost.
I watched the story.
I'm lost.
The Paul from Massateek is a gigantic horse from.
Maybe we'll see.
He was a horse that was fucking another horse up on the dunes.
He had a big
years ago.
Yeah, but
his name was Paul.
But then he left the horse and went up on a dune and just nutted everywhere.
And he was going
right.
Like,
like, oh, there's Paul.
Like, he got mad. Somebody interrupted his.
So you guys were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not uncommon to see wild horses.
We didn't go when I was there. We were. We saw from the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, you did.
I watched.
We're going sticker hunting too.
Oh, we're gonna find those. We're gonna find those stickers.
Oh yeah, here's a good thing we could tell people to do. If you have Pine Room stickers, I think you can order them on our website too. I think you can get them. I think you can get stickers on our website.
Yeah, you can
stick them around.
Go stick them around, and if we happen to find them somewhere, we'll send you like a shirt or something.
How do we know it's them who did it?
Oh yeah,
write your name on it.
Yeah, we'll take a picture and put it on our social media. And be like, hey, is this?
Or contact us and tell them.
They should. Yeah. Take a picture when you stick it somewhere. Take a picture. Tell us the site.
I saw it. There was a dude in New York City or something, a big city, and he did a scavenger hunt. And he put a sticker in a random place in this big city, and he had people go look for it. And if the first person found it, they would get like a certain reward or something. Yeah, I think that kind of stuff's cool. Have you ever seen the geocaching stuff? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's cool. There's like I don't know if it's an app or a website or something, and you can go look at like little like places that people dig holes in random places in the country.
It's like adults like going around chasing that stuff. Like, calling off work and stuff. It's bizarre.
Well, my dad sent us on coach sent us on a scavenger hunt when I was like 10 for our birthday, and he like went through the woods and put like Lego men in the woods and stuff.
That is actually really cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
We did that one time. We made up one around Wheeling one time, and it was really, really dumb. If you can imagine.
Really
and I think we like one was like take a picture with sand. So we went to the sand traps in Ogleby.
One was take a picture. I can't remember the names, but
like a person with red hair. I think we said go take a picture with a person with red hair.
Yeah. Red Briggs.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my.
Just really, really stupid, but scavenger hunts are cool.
Anything on this news and notes you want to hit? Anything we want to hit on here? I see a couple things we've covered already.
Stuff happening. Chris, your boy Don Lemon shut it down yesterday.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson gone too. Jeez, we got all kind of guys disappearing from the news.
It's crazy.
What a time to be alive.
This very first thing. What is wrong with people?
Yeah, we talked about that on the radio today. It was a flight from JFK to fucking India too,
which is a 14-hour flight.
14 hours of piss smell.
So what did he do? I mean, he just got
up.
He
just got mad.
Drunk.
He was mad with somebody.
He got pissed off, and he literally.
They ought to be allowed to throw that guy out of the plane.
That's what Jarrett said that today.
Just throw him out of the plane.
If you could safely do it, they should.
Like
over the Atlantic.
Open the door and just suck him out of the plane.
And not have the pressure. Pressurize the cabin for everyone.
Just put like a chute.
Or they just
they put him
flush him down the toilet.
They put him in the toilet, and then that floor opens up, and he just shoots right out of there.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
So what was he mad about something?
They really didn't have a great explanation, but yeah.
Have you guys ever been on the flight with like a drunk person nearby? I was on one
a couple times, but nothing like.
I mean, I was probably drunk
extreme
a couple times,
but you don't get like belligerent.
No, I just want to have fun and relax.
Yeah, but I was on a flight by myself to Tampa, and I was the kid in front of me. It was like a 21-year-old kid, young kid, got hammered on the plane. It was just cussing and like laughing like an idiot. It's
terrible.
People just don't care.
Well, and that's the thing. If you want to do that, and if you're with some buddies and you're just talking, and laugh, but being a disturbance to all those around you.
200 something people on there. Like, can't you act civilized for a couple hours?
Does it ever piss you off? Like if you got a real early flight and everybody's got their windows closed, and some guy wants to open their window and look at
the sun. Yeah, right when you're getting ready to fly, and you got the eastern sun coming right into your face.
Oh, but see, I would never. When I get a window seat, that thing never comes down. I don't give a fuck if the sun's...
I agree. I mean, if it's early morning, I'll have it down, but I love looking out the window, Chris.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes
well, then you're that dick, Chris. Jeez, I'm getting blinded. I'm trying to take a siesta.
Well, I always ask those like a vampire. Me if it was okay.
Yeah. Night flights are cool. You ever been on a night flight?
Yeah, I'd always be like, damn it, where in the hell? What's that community over there? What are all those lights?
Yeah, that's what
night
I always
landings are really cool, especially out over water. Like you got cities along. It's pretty neat, I think. Yeah,
that's cool.
Kind of terrifying in a way.
Flying over water's a little...
Well, the first time it was on my honeymoon, and we were landing in Jamaica. Never flown before in my life, and I was like, gee, I don't know what to expect. Of course, it turned out well, but when we were landing there, all I could see was water. We're getting lower and lower. I'm like,
oh, I do. I know what you're talking about.
There's nothing around. What is and
especially if you're back in the back towards the end, you can't see forward.
Right. No, and of course it worked out okay. Chris, it was just
you're here,
Chris. Is this the month of your divorce? Your anniversary divorce? Is it in the spring?
You know what she said to me the other day?
Joe made me think of this today when he was announcing the divorces.
She said, "Happy anniversary." I said, "What are you talking about?"
Wait, it was today?
No, it was
last week.
Well, you and Martin Lawrence then.
It was.
And Bob Denver got married today. yeah. Gilligan.
I think April 13th.
Oh, okay.
And she said it's been 19 years.
Oh, happy belated.
Yeah, because I do remember we were in court. It was. Friday,
I always think of it around this time because
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I always think about it around this time too because. I remember you were getting divorced. I remember we were, and also just like the whole thing, like you were back with your mom for a while, and I remember us watching Penguin hockey playoff games there, and then just that whole sequence, and then when you moved to the North Hood,
and you know what? And I remember too being kind of, I don't even know if the divorce. I mean, once the divorce was over, that was most guys are always happy about that, me included. But I remember
the wives probably were too.
But well, I don't blame her for being happy as well. But but I remember, and this is one of the very first times I met that goofball cuckoo, and it was right around that time, and I was kind of bummed out. But there was a West Virginia bus trip, so we're going back to 2003. So George had only been 52.
Right.
And just watching him carry on that bus. No, not in a bad way. And I'm like, well, this guy, he's a load of fun.
He's a winner.
Was he far more spry back then? Like, did he have a little more pep?
Yeah, he did. He had more pep up until when he lost his job at the bridge. Like, he was walking. He was real active.
That's right. That's exactly when I met him, was when he got fired from the bridge.
Soup.
Yeah, Brent, I remember that. That was
because that was like kind of like the infancy of the Pine Room just starting up. Because I remember Johnny Chocolates being up there and telling us about how the soup incident happened.
And he cut the onions.
Yeah, he cut the onions
thick.
Well, right after he burnt the soup, like a week, if not a week, but a month or so after he burnt the soup. I could be wrong on this totally. Didn't they switch ownerships and didn't
No, those were the new guys. The new guys kept him on, and then they got rid of him for burning the soup. It was a few months. You were on the right track.
All right.
It was like a few months into his transition with the new group.
Yeah,
we got Georgia. We like you, but we got to part ways.
Yeah, and
he was so mad that day.
I remember.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That's the first time I think I met him, and they were talking about that. And he was all fired up because
he's pissed.
And I think he was kind of bummed out because he got fired.
Yeah,
but,
he was.
Well, and it gave George a purpose. Every day he would get up and go down. What would he start at 9, 10, or 11, whatever, and he'd work 5, 6.
He'd walk in the snow. He didn't care.
And I remember being down there too a
Yep.
couple of times. Remember when we were down there for some of those Christmas parties?
Yeah.
And he's behind the bar, but he's, and they only sold bottles of beer. They probably still do, but when Dormus had it, and he's carrying these big giant trash bags full of bottles. I mean, he was in good health. Took pride he was in better health in what he was doing.
And he was very
that's
active.
Cool. I didn't know that.
No, he wasn't a fuck off.
And then George would, like, about an hour to go in his shift, George would let him start drinking while he was cleaning up, and he loved that.
You know him, and he's laying his lines on the ladies.
Oh yeah, especially the ones with big upper quarters.
Oh yeah,
I've never heard that, big upper quarters. I've never heard that.
Well, that's kind of like a horse term.
Yeah.
You say like she's got a big hind quarter.
Big upper quarters.
Northern region.
Yeah,
that's a shirt.
Northern quarter. Yeah.
I like big upper quarters.
Yeah.
That's a big shirt. That's a shirt. I think hobbies and stuff like that, especially for people that are kind of transitioning to an older age, kind of give purpose to their well-being.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I know it's not really a hobby, but Pauline, I think I've mentioned this a couple times in the podcast, she read. That was her thing. She just read all the time. And like it just kept her sharp. It kept her interested in stuff.
Yeah,
gave her things to do.
George's went downhill since the
fire. But he's recently quit smoking. Well, not quit, but
he's making a resurgence. The women are telling me he's looking better now. It's been a week.
That's good. He's got color now.
Does he feel better?
Yes, he's been feeling better. He's not falling asleep as much. The lungs are starting to. All that black mucus is starting to come out of him.
Yeah, he can just keep on it.
Well, if it's never too late, then I hope he, how's his mood been?
Not bad, surprisingly. He's an irritable son of a bitch anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
An irritable son of a bitch.
There's a shirt too. Yeah. There's a shirt.
Yeah.
I know that I caught some flack from you guys for last week about saying that.
No, that was funny. I enjoyed that.
That smokers should be commended for smoking.
Yeah.
And I know that
one
I
girl
got
texted Jarrett.
Yeah,
that was
she said she was laughing her ass off.
Good.
Yeah.
I
thought it was great.
At least my stupidity can bring
it wasn't
joy.
stupid.
Proud of him.
See, to me, that was an intriguing viewpoint. I think that's neat.
I'm going to defend myself from last week. I wasn't saying that smoking is a good thing. You should be commended for smoking. I'm saying, to me, smoking tastes like shit. So for somebody to put themselves through that for 40 years, I will commend them because it's awful to me.
I didn't see anything wrong. Your dad was the one who was incomprehensible, you would say.
Well, I thought it was hilarious. I
usually coaches are very comprehensible.
I'm trying to get into a new hobby right now, and I've been looking into it because I want to get into a hobby.
Why don't you go back to painting?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I could. I definitely could.
Anyway, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, I did.
You were really
you
good.
Paint
I did.
like Doc in Escape from Alcatraz. Just don't cut your hand off when you take away your painting privileges.
I did paint for a little while. I did that for a while. I still got paintings in my house
good.
that I used to do. Yeah, I used to be in those little...
You painted that fish. It was in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Maybe I'll put one down here. Yeah, but I've been trying to look into getting a new hobby. I've been thinking about...
So what's on the...
docket is potential. And I, of course, coach, if I bring up any idea today, like if I bring up any idea like of things that I might need for a hobby, he goes, "Oh shit, here we go." Like, here we go.
Your dad might not be the most open-minded guy to share your hobby with.
But
I say just
most
do
things
it.
To him are
Tell him after.
Stupid.
Yeah. I wanted to get into such a cool thing. It's like it's gonna sound so stupid, but there's a cool thing called resin casting. I don't know if if anybody knows anything about resin casting. It's basically like the stuff that's on top of this table right now. If you're just watching this, or if you're just listening to this, on top of the table is a very polished finish, and it's called resin. It's called epoxy resin. You can make different stuff out of it. You can make little figurines, and you put it in different molds.
And it's a pain in the ass.
You can make cups and different decorations and stuff like that. And I had the idea that I'd like to start doing that. And you need a thing called a pressure pot, which is like you got to take to get the bubbles out of things. Right. Then you need an air compressor, which I already have. I don't know. I was thinking about getting into something that I would enjoy doing, like in the summer, because it'd be something to do. But of course, I brought that up, and he went,
"Go for it."
Yeah, I don't know. Just something to
think.
What
the hell does he know? I mean, really? Why do what you want?
Oh, I mean, I think about it, he's had a bunch of hobbies in his. I mean, he used to paint those
cornhole
boards. Used to do that.
Good job with those.
Which I wish we still had those. Those are cool.
Where's all his sets?
I think we got rid of them.
I remember those. He
had all those things. He had like all those NASCAR.
Yeah, we had like Mark Martin. And
48 car. Who was a 48? I think we had a 48.
I was Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, maybe we had.
People would request those.
Yeah,
you guys were young.
He was into painting. I remember those. Like he was into like stenciling stuff for a while, because I remember he did.
His boards were so much better than those shitty ones.
And they were heavy. They were like big and
they were heavy,
sturdy. He actually did a recent one. He did a West Liberty one that we actually repurposed for the Pine Room ones. But he was into that. And then I remember when he painted the yard for the Super Bowl.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
That was the Seahawks and Steelers. Chris, was that?
I was like 7 or 8.
9.
I remember that. It was so cold
and
out.
And it snowed, and he put that big ass tarp on the front yard, and he was a mess because it was going to cover up his work, and he had the whole. For anybody listening, and Coach actually painted our front yard like a football field and had the Steeler logo in the front yard. Yeah, we had and it snowed the night before.
Nick's dad came. He left his car run the whole time. He didn't want to get in a cold car.
I remember we deep fried a turkey, and it was it was too cold, and it boiled over.
Almost like it blew up.
And Maggie licked the grass for like a week.
The turkey.
I don't think that was the Super Bowl though.
Yeah, it was.
No, I don't think.
Well, maybe it was. Turkey, it was like the AFC Championship. Yeah, it was leading up to that year. I
thought it was a Super Bowl.
I think it was. Chris might be right, because that actual Super Bowl, I don't think we were like outside. I want to say that was a playoff game leading up.
Yeah, it was Steelers.
And he played that damn song with he had to carry the
Palamalu.
Yeah, everywhere. The Chet Nutley in the here we go
Steelers.
Hey, real quick, you're on the podcast. When you painted the front yard for the Steeler game, was it a Super Bowl?
It was no. It was the playoff game against the Indianapolis Colts.
All right, okay. Chris was right. Yep, okay, all right. That's all we need to know. He
sounds Mr. Business.
Yeah,
yeah.
Is that when Roethlisberger saved that?
Yeah,
fat
bastard Bettis
tackled him. Yeah,
from fucking Bettis. Yeah, that
fat
was
bastard.
Yeah, who was that idiot safety? Bob Sanders, was that guy's name?
It was either him or Mike Doss.
Could have been Mike Doss. Yeah.
Well,
fucking Big Ben tackled him.
Go watch that highlight or something. I don't know. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back here in the Pine Room.
Oh, hey, I'm Gary the Rat, and I'm here to save you. Look, I know you're buried under 15,000 pounds of rubble right now, but so what? Hey, at least you can listen to the Pine Room podcast while you're down here. Stay put. I'm going to go eat some trash. You're listening to the Pine Room podcast.
Yeah, hey, Champ, I'm going to give a little...
how you doing, Job?
Yeah, hey, all right. Oh, I guess I'll just go right into it. Well, if you're just listening to this now, welcome back in. We got the legend, 17-time champ, man, the myth, the legend himself, George the Champ Kettlewell, Cuckoo, a.k.a. his name. Welcome to the show, Champ.
Thank you very much. How's everything?
Good. How's you just were telling us that you were doing some shuffle. How you shooting today?
Yeah, we have a shuffle Tuesday, and we have about 8 people play and have fun, eat hot dogs, and.
Who's your partner tonight?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. My partner is gonna be As I look on paper, John Bailey.
Oh, John Bailey.
Okay.
All right.
He's not bad. Now, you ever get paired up with Chester?
No, Chester haven't been here for frickin'.
Oh, that's right. He got mad at Scotty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, well, Champ, how you shooting today?
How am I going to shoot?
No, how you?
We just practice.
He's warming up.
The game.
Oh, that was a practice.
And yeah, we didn't get into any real serious stuff yet because everybody starts around 7 o'clock.
You still got to stretch out, right?
I got to stretch out, do my deep knee bends and all that.
Hey, so what we want to do is we want to check in with you every now and then. So we're going to call it Checking In with Champ. So give us a little rundown of what's going on in your life right now. Anything new? Anything you got to report to us?
How's the cigarettes going?
No, but the Kentucky Derby's in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You going to get a lot of advice from Matt on what horse to bet?
Nah, he'll tell me what to bet.
Oh, well, who the hell I know? I mean, there's going to be 20 horses. Now, you figure out which one to bet on. I don't know.
Well, Matt usually is good at that. You should listen to him, win a few dollars.
Well, there's about 20 horses a long truck to come in there.
Well,
when there's 20 horses, they get all bunched up and anything can happen.
So you're not going to bet it?
Well, yeah, I'm going to bet it, but I haven't looked at them yet.
Oh.
Hey, George, how's the not smoking going?
Yeah, it's 9 days without one.
Wow, good
really
job. Good. Hey, I heard you look like you got new life in you after a couple days of not smoking.
I'm telling you, it's a tough business. I'm telling you. Hey. Yeah.
Hey, when you I won't even ask because I don't want you getting any ill thoughts in your head about them lucky sticks. I don't want you thinking about them too much. But what I was going to ask you, you go over and see Matt every now and then over at the casino, right?
Yeah.
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 And you like betting on the dogs?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Now, when you look at the sheet, when you look at who's racing, what's your method into looking into who you want to throw some shackles on?
On the dogs?
Yeah.
It depends on what grade they are in.
Okay.
It goes from maiden, the D, the C, the B, the A, the double A. So if a dog wins in B class, he'll go to A.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It depends on the dog that's going to break. I don't know.
Yeah, you like those inside dogs break well, and then you're a big guy on class droppers, aren't you? Ones that are coming down in class.
Yeah, there's a double class drop. There's it's difficult because they have dogs from different tracks coming in, like Caliente. There's another track.
Southland.
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 You can't figure them out.
Right. Hey, who's been running hard over there? How's Charter Kennels been doing?
Charter sometime. There's Lester Raines. And then there's
Steve Saris.
What the hell's his name?
Wayne Ward.
Wayne Ward's in it.
Yeah. And Steve Saris, he's the one that Jubb found was coking his dog.
Yeah, Champ. So I don't know if you've heard this or not in the news world for those greyhounds. Steve Saris, his kennel, one of his racers, they found him coking up the dogs.
Oh man. Hey, you never know. Like I said.
Hey,
yeah, I don't know.
They were running faster.
Now I said to these guys, I said, well, none of us
try to figure it out.
Yeah, some of us guys here, we said, well, we don't really know how those dogs were feeling because none of us have ever tried the old coke. What do you think those dogs were feeling like in the kennel?
I don't know how they feel in the kennel. You know, I tell you, well, you're not back there when they bring the dogs out, so they only show you who's running. And they'll take him to the box and then run a race. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, but he wants to know, what do you think they feel like when they're all coked up?
Yeah, you think his eyes were dilated?
He wants to know what?
How the dog was acting on cocaine. Like, how would you act on cocaine? Or how would the dog act on cocaine?
It's just like these baseball and football players. They get on that steroid bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, speaking of baseball, how do you think these rule changes have affected the games?
Well, it'll be a quicker game.
Mm-hmm.
Then, then they could steal second better. If you go to first base twice, the guy can take a lead. You're not allowed to throw to first no more. I don't know. They got all kind of different rules. I don't know.
Do you think it's helped the worst teams? Like it's made them more competitive with the good teams?
It makes the game go quicker. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like he scratches his fucking ball for 5 minutes and pitches a fucking pitch. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
All right, Champ. Well, I know. Go ahead.
How about Houston playing Tampa Bay? They only lost 3 games.
Yeah. Who'd you bet in that one? Who'd you bet?
No, I don't know.
Who's that? Who's that in your ear?
Oh, he's getting called away.
Is Matt still there?
Oh yeah, we're here.
I'm still here.
Hey, well, I know you got to run. You got to go shoot some shuffle. But I want to end each time we call you. I want to end on this. So I want you to give us the quote of the day.
Oh boy.
The quote?
Yeah, quote of the day. Give us some words of advice or some quote of the day.
Give us one of your famous slogans that you always use.
Think of one right now.
What?
Actually, here, I'll help you out here the first time since you're, getting.
Yeah, I put you on the spot.
All right, give us your best nursery rhyme.
Oh, you got me. You got me all transfigured out here. I got to think of.
Well, Champ, I know.
How about
Champ? One of my favorite quotes of yours is, "Why does a kamikaze pilot wear a helmet?"
Yeah.
Hey,
why does kamikaze pilots wear helmets?
Nobody knows.
What about the spider? What about that nursery rhyme?
Teensy weensy spiders.
No, wasn't it Little Miss Muffet?
Yeah, Little Miss Muffet.
Yeah.
Oh, Little Miss Muffet sat on top of eating her kids away. Along comes a spider and sat down beside her and says, "What's in the bowl, bitch?"
All right, Champ. Thank you for talking to us today. Hey, shoot well today.
Good luck.
Okay, let me talk to Matt for a minute.
Yeah, hey, I'm right here. What's up, pal?
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
I was over the Downs, and something come out of my lungs, like I'm always coughing.
Right.
And I spit in a cigarette tray.
Right.
The guy come in, the guard come in and says, "You got a lead?"
Uh-oh.
Says, "Let me see your license and everything." He says, "That's unsanitary. I think we warned you before doing that.
Uh-oh.
That I ain't allowed in there until Thursday."
Oh no.
Jeez. Well, I'll have to look into that tomorrow, see what we can do. But all right, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow, check in, see if you need anybody to come over and make bets for you.
Okay, but anyhow,
jeez,
that's what happened.
Oh boy, was Becky Boo there?
Becky, yeah, she was there and left.
Okay.
And I should have made my bets. He wouldn't let me bet.
Oh no!
I had a couple horse races that I won. He wouldn't let me cash him in. He escorted me to the door like I was a fucking criminal.
Oh no! Well, I hate to hear that.
That's
all right,
the fucking truth.
That's terrible. All right, I'll see what I can do tomorrow. Find out what happened.
Well, I saw. I usually get a napkin and I'll wipe out that fucking thing.
Right. You're a very clean guy.
Watched on fucking, like I'm a fucking criminal in a fucking place.
Yeah, that's not cool.
What about the other fucking But whatever.
Yeah, I know. I follow you, pal. All right, well, hang in there. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Maybe I might be able to go on a dog ride, but I'm not allowed.
You should be
Upstairs.
There's criminals that hang out all the time.
I don't give a fuck if I go back again. I'm saving money.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, buddy. Thanks for checking in with us.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, I'll see you later.
All
Bye.
right, see you. That's an exclusive. Champ's suspended.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Wow, that just broke. That's about to hit CNN.
What's a 2-day suspension?
Yeah, geez.
Usually
he got
30 days.
tossed out.
I thought he was going to say 30 days, but good.
He got tossed out.
That's like spitting in an ashtray. Well, what they rather him do? Spit on the floor?
God. Goodness gracious.
Oh, my.
What a guy he is. What a guy.
That was really fun.
We love him.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, let me talk to Matt.
Yeah. I'm right here.
Oh, man.
All right, well, there we go.
See, checking in with Champ, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's good. I love that that's our new segment.
Good job.
All right, guys. Well, let's hit it. We got a couple minutes left here. Let's go for another couple minutes here. We got some history stuff. Chris, we talk about history all day on the radio. I want you to hit us with what you got.
Well, and this one I can relate to because I remember seeing it on TV on April 30th, 1982. President Reagan is shot by John Hinckley.
Oh, yeah.
I remember coming home from school and my mom had the TV on and you hear it pop, 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 and down goes Reagan.
He shook that one off.
Yeah, he did.
Rose again.
Yeah, he did.
Ronnie was tough.
It took more than a bullet to
Who was reporting the news back then? Walter Cronkite?
Probably Cronkite. And you know what? The guy from NBC. Tom Brokaw.
Tom
Brokaw. And Peter Jacobson.
Jennings.
And Sam Donaldson.
Oh, Sam
Donaldson. Where was Reagan shot at on his body? Just like in
the shoulder
and yeah, he got shot in the
someone else got shot. His name was Jim Baker. Wasn't it a Baker?
Brady. James Brady. They did that Brady bill because he got paralyzed.
Yeah, he was fucked up.
He was like one of the guys trying to protect him. Yeah,
that was terrible.
One thing, Jarrett's girl's on here, but I want to hit SHREK the Sheep of New Zealand is shown on TV for his fleece weighing over 60 pounds. You ever seen him, Chris?
Yes. No, I have not.
I'll look him up while we talk about him.
SHREK the Sheep.
Listen, he's massive.
He's a monster.
So they found him now. What I believe the story goes, he was in a cave, and he was like up in the hills of New Zealand, and they didn't know about him, and they found him up in this cave, and when they found him, he was just covered in wool.
Here, I'll switch over your feed so you can.
I think I feel like I've seen this fella before.
Oh, he's a big son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's
SHREK
a big
the
bastard.
Sheep.
Yeah, SHREK the Sheep. Let me. I'm just switching over my monitors here, but yeah, let's go. Let's get SHREK up. SHREK up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, here we go. Here's SHREK. If you're just watching this, SHREK is absolutely massive. He is just. He is like.
Can you imagine having a coat that thick?
He is just.
God, I bet he had to be hot.
Like 60,
why is it like that?
60+ pounds.
Because he's
never been sheared.
Yeah, so he'd never been sheared before, and he was.
It's like if you never cut your hair, Chris.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, there he is. 60 pounds of wool. Can you imagine how good he felt?
I bet he gets a lot of women in the winter.
I mean, look at him.
Right. By the God.
What a guy.
Look at him. I mean, can you imagine how good that felt when that came off of him?
Oh,
I don't know how he could even see.
Where
I know. Poor guy can't see, can't move, hard for him to take a
there he is. Look.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Look, so if you're just listening to this, there's a sheep. He just looks like a giant cotton ball puff, and then they shave him.
He looks like Evie.
He just looks like a little dog. He's like he loses 60 pounds.
God, now he looks anorexic.
Yeah,
he looks like he was at Auschwitz.
He
went from my 600-pound life to the concentration camp.
Joe, that's him after he got his shave?
Yeah, that's after he's got his shave. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever said that before.
Probably
the sheep went to my 600-pound life to the concentration camp.
Yeah.
He went to Schwitz.
What a contrast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
SHREK the Sheep.
Yeah, SHREK the Sheep. Jump said my girl is on here. April 29th, 1429. Joan of Arc arrives at the Siege of Orleans. I don't really know much about that.
That was one of those battles they were fighting in France. So,
yeah.
I mean, she's
again, I apologize
she was sharpening
to her.
her sword.
Yeah,
I apologize to her.
She ended up getting a little crispy at the end of her career. But
Bean woman.
Up in flames.
She's a saint for it.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
The Bean woman.
God bless her.
And then one thing that I think is incredible that it just happened in our lifetime, 1986, worst nuclear disaster ever recorded occurs at Chernobyl Power Station in the USSR.
Remarkable.
That's one of the
fantastic,
coolest. Not cool, but
fantastic, and I say fantastic in a way that's like something that is
fantastic
beyond
can
belief.
Be used like that. Yes.
It's so crazy that something like this happened in our lifetime. If you've never seen this before, I want to show you guys this. Have you guys heard of the elephant's foot?
Yeah.
So in Chernobyl, I don't know the lingo for Chernobyl. I don't know like what this thing is, but I know that it's a massive corium, and it was after the meltdown of the power plant. They have this thing that is it looks like the Blob. Have you ever seen the movie The Blob? They call it the elephant's foot, and from what I've read or what I've looked up, if you come within like 10 feet of this thing, whether you wear gear or not, you're dead. You're done. You're dead.
Is it just like straight uranium?
Radioactive? It's so radioactive it'll just melt you.
Is it just like? Is it uranium? Is that
I don't know. It's a corium, and like this guy. There's a story about this guy who took a picture of the elephant's foot, and he's no longer with us. He's
you can't get that close.
That's way too close. Jesus Christ! He is. So this is inside the reactor.
This is inside the reactor, and I'll see if there's any.
Chris, did you ever watch that show on the series Chernobyl?
It's like 4 parts.
It was real good.
I think I watched 2. Is that a Netflix thing?
Nah, I want to say it wasn't Netflix.
Well, then that's probably why I didn't finish it, because then I switched over to it.
So this says that at the time of discovery...
HBO, I think.
I'll see if I'll just zoom into... I'll just ping this here so you can zoom in to here. But at the time of discovery, about 8 months after formation, radioactivity near the elephant's foot was approximately 8,000 to 10,000 roentgens, I don't know, or about 8 or 10 grays per hour, delivering a 50-50 leaf dose radiation within 5 minutes. Since the time radiation the elephant's foot was visited by deputy who took photographs using a current flashlight illuminated in the dark room, blah, blah, blah. But basically this thing is a thing of uranium, titanium, zirconium, magnesium, and graphite.
So a lot of elements melted into some radioactive.
Mean elements.
Yeah. It's amazing how they tried... When they covered that up and like no one knew what was happening, and Russia was so worried about how it would look, like they just lied about it for weeks.
That is such an amazing
all those
thing
people
to
were
me.
getting sick, and they're in the hospital, and those burns, those chemical burns, are just going up their
and just
bodies.
like there's an entire place on Earth that you literally cannot.
Yeah, and all
like you can now.
The wildlife and stuff. I remember when Jeremy Wade was going to go fish there,
yeah,
and
I remember that.
He had to get like. He had his like what's the reader? What's the something like that?
A Geiger counter. Geiger counter.
He's getting the radioactive readings, and he's like, if I'm discovered in this area, I could be arrested.
I tell you, he's the most dramatic.
Yeah, he was.
Man
that was
on
like
the
when
earth.
that village they were going to kill him because the chief's brother went missing.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he's I do like that show. That's a great show. That's a hilarious show.
Great show. But yeah, he went fishing right up
yeah,
there.
It was like he was trying to catch a giant
catfish. Arapaima or something.
Yeah.
It was like massive nuclear.
Had
like 6 heads.
Those things are crazy.
Dude, ugly looking fish. Scary looking fish.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Dogs, all these people died. People miles and miles away.
It is such an interesting
all through
thing
Europe.
to
Remember last year, I think, on our news, we had something about, we talked about this, and was how far into Europe it actually went. Like Germany was feeling the after effects of it, and like they were radioactive alarms and things going off.
Gosh, I can't imagine like being there.
Chris,
when
do you
it
remember that news when it broke? Like, do you remember hearing about it on the news eventually when they finally reported it?
But
you didn't really know what the severity was.
Well, in '86, I was busy just being me.
You were getting fucked up, like
right, just being an asshole. So no, it didn't matter.
So I'm sure, see, there's the map. Oh my,
Matt, it didn't affect me, so I didn't.
No,
care.
I get it. It didn't affect a whole lot of us, but
but it was just stupid to not even care about it.
Yeah, look up and even in the Scandinavian area.
So if you,
that's how far that went.
If you're just watching this, this is the map, and I have no idea.
That's not even to Minsk.
I have no idea what any of these numbers are, like 0. I'm assuming red means really bad.
Yeah, red is going to be your most radioactive, And so you got Chernobyl down in the center there, just a little bit above Kyiv. It's basically a part of the Ukraine. So
you're going from Kyiv all the way up to Minsk, and then from all the way left of Pinsk to.
So Chernobyl is in Russia.
Yeah, it was in Russia, but it was actually Ukraine.
Yeah, I was going to say, I always thought it was
But it was, in those days, it was all USSR.
Yeah.
So look at the radioactive fallout up in Scandinavia. You got Norway and Sweden being affected by it, Finland and Estonia.
Well, it's probably because of air currents and stuff like that. I mean, you're seeing stuff down
by Italy. Yes.
Up to midway in Russia, then all the way up to Norway. Yeah. That's nuts. Just saying, you can even see some stuff at the top of the United Kingdom, which is
up
insane.
In Scotland, Just amazing, and almost all the way over to China and Asia. It's oh god, it's so hard to
wild, absolutely wild.
There are still people, I believe, that live in Chernobyl that are like
look at that deformed kid.
I'm not going to put this on camera, but
god,
whoa!
I mean, you just see massive deformities from this radiation, which is insane. I think it's just crazy. I mean, animals that are just all
and then they went out. They went out and they killed like every animal within like 500 miles of the. That's probably how mad cow disease started to. Yeah.
Well, incredible.
What a way to end the day. All right. A positive note as always.
All right.
Stay safe out there, Chernobyl.
Yeah. Anything else on here you want to nail before we head off? We got a couple minutes.
We got a cool birthday.
All right. Go to birthdays then.
Gillen.
Not Kelly Clarkson. Two badasses, though. Al Pacino and Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito is probably one of the best villains.
You have something I want.
He is amazing.
He's very good in that. He's good in Better Call Saul. And
Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Lizzo, another Star Wars legend.
Yeah, Lizzo.
The
big whale.
Yeah,
the big lady.
Celebrates
She's very large.
Nick's girl. Nick likes her.
I'll give her credit. She's got some catchy tunes. I got to give her credit.
She's all right.
She got pipes, Tamika.
Yeah. Who else? Jay Leno. You see that fire that he was in?
Joe Leno. Or Jay Leno. What? Yeah.
So he was working underneath a car, and gas poured down on his face and lit him on fire. And he was like, said he thought he was just going to die.
He had to have plastic surgery, but he's doing all right.
Yeah,
now,
he's doing good now.
Have you seen him? Has he looked?
Yeah, he looks normal.
He looks pretty good.
You can see like a little bit on his face and neck. He's kind of
I like
scarred
Jay
up.
Leno's a good dude.
Jay Leno's garage.
He got some cool
Carol
cars.
Yeah, he does.
She's 90.
Yeah, hard to imagine.
God damn.
And then anybody
Seinfeld
else
69.
Yeah,
God
Jerry
damn.
getting up there.
Jerry. What's the deal with airplane food? Any hot pit, cold mug? Anything you want to hit on? Nothing?
I did my hot pit earlier about Zay Flowers.
Okay.
Although I tell you, a real
That's
quick
cold mug.
I'm sorry.
But
a hot pit, and
you're angry. You're filled with hotness.
Yeah, you're violent.
I can't fucking get on Twitter anymore because there's nothing but just filth and trash on there.
Yeah,
if it's not a classroom fight or beating up a teacher. Something on the street.
I don't like it anymore.
People just getting pushed down and
people on the airplanes.
Yeah, it's because Elon Musk's dumbass that has no monetization on Twitter now. You can post whatever you want.
mean,
in a way, that's good because it's censorship. But the stories you hear about is horrible.
I have a hard time watching just seeing stuff on Twitter.
It's
I don't get on it much.
I want to vomit. It's terrible, and I just get depressed thinking this is what our world and our country has come to, and how many videos do we see in a group of people and nobody fucking helps? Just everybody does this, fucking film it.
Yeah.
Like nobody breaks it up. It's almost like let's let them fight.
My biggest rule.
It's awful.
I've never been to a concert before in my life, and I'm still waiting to go. Hannah and I were talking about going to a concert and doing something like that, and I said my number one rule is if I go to this concert, my phone goes into my pocket and stays in my pocket because. You see people at concerts holding their phones up like they're going to get any better angle than anybody else. And it's sense. Like, okay, you have the memory on your phone, but I can go on YouTube and look at the same thing.
And who fucking cares about showing like, oh, Jarrett, look at this show.
Okay,
maybe if you had like good seats, okay, that's
just
cool.
A quick,
but like, you don't want to watch a guy perform a fucking song.
Yeah,
like, who cares?
9 times out of 10, if you're showing somebody something on your phone that's of you going to some spectacular thing, that person that you're showing to doesn't give two shits about your thing. A vacation, a trip, unless you're seeing some super cool sight or something.
Once in a while, like okay,
maybe
you saw a fucking actual Sasquatch.
Yeah, I say Bigfoot.
All right, then I might have
been Shaq.
or Shrek the sheep. He was downtown. He was over swimming to Slobovia.
Yeah,
that would be worth watching.
I guess I'll give a hot pit. I won't name names. I won't say anything. specific, but Hannah and I, my significant other, we went to a formal dance, and we had her and I had a really good time, and we danced, and I cut the rug up, I boogied down. I'll tell you right now, I took the award for most time boogieing down. I just didn't stop.
Were you in a profuse sweat?
Oh, horrible. But it was fun. But I will say 90% of the people that were there, if not 98% of the people there, just sat, didn't
stick in the mud.
Just stick in the mud. Just because it wasn't like I don't know. I can't even explain why, but I just want to say
they're too cool for that.
Where was it, Joe?
Generation, the upper floor. Really nice setting up there. If you haven't had an event up in the Generations, go get an event up there. It's really cool.
And then get a
cash bar. Yeah. Cash bar. They had their own music playing from their own speaker. You could do whatever you want, and just nobody.
What
chose
was that
to dance.
for?
It was for Hannah's sorority and a fraternity. They had a formal get together. It's towards the end of the year. But I gotta say, really disappointed in some of the people that were there. Really, really disappointed. I was frustrated. Hannah was frustrated too. And
that's disappointing, even though you had fun, though, to just see other people being sticks in the mud.
Yeah, and I just think that whoever put it together, I know that it's
insulting to them.
Yeah, and I think it just was, if you're going to a party to have a fun time, who cares if it's not exactly what you think it's going to be? Make fun of where you're at.
Make it fun yourself.
Hannah and I, we danced on the dance floor by ourselves for, an hour and a half. Just had fun with a couple of her friends, made fun. If you can't make fun in the places that you go to, then it's not the location's problem. It's not the setting's problem. It's a you problem.
No question. Yes. Well said.
Make fun where you can make fun.
Real quick question, and that's great. You were burning up the dance floor. Did you come away unscathed? No, you didn't pull.
No injuries.
No strains.
No strains. No.
Didn't have to get any. No cramps. You needed pickle juice.
No.
Okay. Good.
I saw. Hey, speaking of that, real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Yeah. I was in Smith gas station. I have to give. I've been giving credit to a lot of things and a lot of people. Smith gas station is really, really, really neat. They have a little section where it's like foreign candies and stuff. I go in and get a chocolate bar that is not from around here. They got a great drink selection, great jerky selection. They got home style beef sticks and stuff like that. Super cool. No wonder they're taking over the country. If you want to get. Well, not taking over the country. But
I think you can even go in there, and if you want to get a Hannah candle, you can get some candle.
Oh yeah. You can get a candle. There was a cool a statue of a dragon made out of engine parts. I was going to get it for the office. There's cool stuff. Yeah. But when I checked out, there was a tray like those trays you see on the counter when you check out.
Yeah.
It was little shots of pickle juice. And it said removes cramps or something cures cramps or something like that in these little shots. And I thought I'm going to get them and I'm going to put them in here and see if
it's all mental.
Yeah. It's a
Sigmund
placebo.
Freud said it was all mental.
It's placebo.
Uh-oh. The Dodgers are up 2-0 on the Buccos.
No. And the Indians are down 4-0 already.
Uh-oh.
Well,
what an embarrassment.
Yeah, but yeah. On that note, let me see. Here, I guess this could relate to what I was saying, but I'll say it. The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. That was by Mark Twain.
Very good quote.
Incredible quote. And I think sometimes, let's see how I can end this, how I can wrap it up, how I can knot it all up and tie it in a bow. Sometimes you have to... I'm not going to be able to do this. I was going to relate it to the situation that I was in the dance floor. But sometimes you got to make your own fun, and sometimes in times when you're uncomfortable, you have to enjoy it and make fun for other people.
And you never know how it'll turn out.
Never know. But I had a fun time. I want to thank Hannah for inviting me.
Yeah, Hannah. Well done.
I had a great time. We had a great time here. Great time on the radio. Go listen. 98.1. Well, it's not up right now.
They got it back up. Watchdog Network.
Watchdognetwork.com. You'll have the buttons there. You can click on it, listen to them right there. Go to our YouTube. Watch all the VODs, video on demand. All the videos we've done and audio we've done up until now. There's 20-some videos on there. You can go listen to all that. We're on episode 52 already of our our radio show. Episode 55 of the podcast. Bettor's Last Stand is episode 38, I believe. Tomorrow you guys will be recording. Yep. But happy Thursday to you guys listening to this right now. Hope you're having a great day. Hoping you're having a great day of work, and you're almost one day to the weekend. And then tomorrow you can listen to Bettor's Last Stand on your Friday. Enjoy your weekend of sports, and then Kentucky Derby's right around the corner. We'll be talking about that next week. So if you're just tuning in to us, the Pine Room Podcast, go listen to everything we've done. Go listen to the radio station Monday from 2 to 3, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 3. We talk about sports, news, history, Two Lies and a Florida Guy, space, time machine, everything you can think of. That's on Tuesday, Thursday. And then on Monday, we talk sports. We had Felicia Mulkey coach of Baylor. Yep. Incredible winning coach.
Akron tumbling up at West Lib this weekend, national championship.
Yeah. And you can go listen to that on YouTube. That was our Monday show from this past week. So go listen to that. We appreciate you tuning in here, and we will see you next time in the Pine Room.
God
Later.
Bless.
Bye.
Onward and upward.
Well, it's that time. The coolers are empty, the food's all gone, and the games are over. But that's all right. There's always next week. Follow us on social media to keep up to date with future shows, and send any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to discuss to contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Until then, we'll see you here next time in the Pine Room.